Yeah, I don't want to make anything bigger than
what does all in mean? When Jerry says all in, what does that mean to you as far as next year?
When he says all in on next year?
Yeah. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, I'm excited to see it, honestly. I don't know.
I.e., we all took the cheese. Jerry was just talking, bruh. Jerry was just talking because he knew we all was ready to end it all after that Green Bay Packer game. So we had to say something. Here goes Jerry the marketer again. Dak didn't even know what to make of that. So I'm not even going to pay attention to that comment anymore. No more all in, y'all. Let's keep moving.
I can't say I've had talks with them about what is all in and how you plan on making this move. So, but yeah, let's see. I'm excited for it.
How hopeful are you that you can get a deal done?
Say again?
How hopeful are you that you can get a deal done?
Yeah, I'm definitely confident. Obviously, it helps the team. It's important for the numbers. I think it's Jerry. I've heard Jerry said that. Pat happened over here and told me that part, right? That that is a process. Both sides understand that. Everything's great. I know happy. Thank you.
Okay, now can we finally, as a whole entire fan base, media conglomeration, whatever you want to call us, can we finally stop the BS? Dak Prescott's feelings should be hurt because of how the Joneses are treating him. He needs to request a trade to another team that truly deserves him, that truly is going to appreciate him. Can y'all knock that off? First of all, the Joneses have paid this man almost $200 million, almost $250 million since coming into the National Football League. And after he signs his contract extension, he's going to be very close to $500 million worth of sorrows that the Joneses have placed firmly in his rich-ass pockets. Okay, that's what I'm saying, man. We've been coming up and seeing some of the most ridiculous narratives, some of the most ridiculous talking points, some of the most ridiculous discussions, and a lot of it is coming from the fact that people are not properly able to articulate and contextualize situations. Dak Prescott was never going anywhere. Dak Prescott has had all of the leverage from the very beginning, including the leverage of, hey, he could actually end up helping the Cowboys out and make them want to give him an extension by agreeing to actually take some off the top to help the team fill out his roster, which I'm going to say this, in this clip right here, it didn't sound like that was too far out of the realm of possibility. To me, that doesn't sound like a man that's trying to take a team for everything that they're worth. And I am firmly of the belief, after finally hearing for the first time since the loss to the Green Bay Packers, I am firmly of the belief that Dak Prescott is going to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for at least, at minimum, the next 3 seasons. And he is going to facilitate that and make it happen. Now, I'm not one of these people that's been walking around talking about, Dak, you need to give the Joneses a hometown discount, because I would never find myself negotiating on behalf of the Joneses or spewing propaganda on behalf of the Joneses. And the Joneses have proven over time that they don't do jack smack with their cap space anyway, so it don't matter. And look, I'm only saying this to say because I see so many of you guys acting like that Todd France, one of the premier agents in the NFL, is going to go into negotiations with a team letting emotion lead the negotiations. In any facet of business, anytime you let emotions trump everything else that concerns trying to make a deal, you're going to make a bad deal. Todd France and Dak ain't worried about nothing that Jerry talking about with these ambiguous comments, man. But what does matter is when you hear the quarterback, the guy that everyone's been talking about, the guy that everyone's been manufacturing storylines and rage baiting and clickbaiting about, he just told you out of his own mouth, I'm going to be here. We'll get it done. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned. We're going to get there. Regardless of what needs to happen, I'm going to be here. Dak just confirmed it. We don't need to have this discussion anymore. At this point, I think that Dak understands the most important thing, and the Joneses, they understand the most important thing is his deal has to get done before the Joneses can pretty much do anything else. If his deal isn't done by the time March 11th comes around, which is when the NFL team is going to officially start to, I guess, talk to players' agents, then that's going to be an issue because it's going to put the Cowboys behind the 8 ball in free agency. But by all accounts, the Cowboys aren't necessarily looking at the first wave of free agency necessarily. So we're more than likely not going to get the premier players at any position anyway. So we're more so looking at a deadline around March 18th, which is when Dak Prescott's roster bonus would kick into place. This would probably be a good time for them to go ahead and pick up contract negotiations, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got it done sooner than that. I'm going to tell you right now, if they get it done sooner than March 18th, then chances are, if they get it done before March 13th, chances are the Cowboys are going to be aggressive in free agency. I'm telling you right now, if they get this done before March 13th, I'm just going to go ahead and discount everything else that Michael Gelkin and all these guys have reported and say the Cowboys are probably going to surprise us and get some big names to come to the team this offseason. Just like no one was expecting the Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks trades in the offseason, I don't think they're going to be expecting whatever the Cowboys do this offseason. But one major domino just essentially just fell. So now we know for a fact that Dak Prescott is willing to play ball again. What he said does not sound like a guy that's trying to maximize the amount of money that he can get off of a contract. It just sounds like that he wants fair value for what he brings to the team, but he's also willing to work with the Cowboys for the benefit of the entire organization. And that's exactly what I would expect out of QB1. But besides that, I mean, again, he's literally had all the leverage from the very beginning. You see, as of right now, the Cowboys have 3 quarterbacks under contract on their team, and it includes Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, and Trey Lance. Now, here's the kicker. Both Cooper Rush and Trey Lance are more than likely going to be off the team at the end of the season. Cooper Rush carries roughly about a $3 million cap hit against the salary for the Dallas Cowboys, and Trey Lance is going to be counting roughly about $5 million against the salary for the Cowboys. All right, one of these things got to give anyways. But the reason that this is important is because Cooper Rush, obviously, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of 2024. He's probably gone. It would serve the Cowboys better to draft a young guy to put behind Dak to kind of start developing over the course of that last 3 or 4 years of his contract that he's going to sign, that extension that he is going to sign. It will serve them better to sign a young guy, all right? But the interesting part is the young guy that they do have on their roster, they're not going to be able to re-sign him, and they're not going to re-sign him. Cowboys fans are never going to see Trey Lance take a starting snap for the Dallas Cowboys in the regular season unless, God forbid, something horrific happens to Dak Prescott again. Knock on wood. But Trey Lance has a $22 million cap hit if the Cowboys were to pick up their club option for his 5th year on his rookie contract. They have already gave him his roster bonus, so he's going to be on the team for 2024 more than likely unless they trade him at the draft. But we know for a fact that we should be expecting Trey Lance to get traded at some point because he's not going to be here after next season. I would not be surprised if you see the Cowboys trade him to a quarterback needy team after the NFL draft sometime around June, July-ish. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see Trey Lance get traded because of this $22 million cap hit. This right here makes it untenable that he will be a part of the Dallas Cowboys roster. And guess what that means? You have no backup quarterback. You have no third-string quarterback that's going to be under contract. And you're not going to spend any of the cap space that you do have now on giving him another contract. So guess what? The Cowboys are going to be stuck with Dak Prescott anyways. For those of y'all that didn't understand how that works, they're going to be stuck with Dak anyways, especially since Jerry literally just told us he wouldn't draft a quarterback, even if it was the cream of crop quarterback. He would not draft a quarterback with the 24th overall pick this season because he's all into this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Dak's not going anywhere. He never was. All the stories and articles and videos and all that stuff you've been seeing, straight up clickbait and engagement. That's it. Either way, we stay them same old damn Cowboys, and hallelujah, Dak is back.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still in ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still in boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still in boys.